All right, the default value or the default command is just report, and that will report on all of the token character pairs on the page. And as the default, it just gives you the token ID. To do anything special, you'll need to use a dedicated command or make up a command of your own. There are a lot that are built in that you can access by hitting this Reporter menu button right here. So for instance, if I wanted to see a report on all the PCs on the board, I can click Report PCs. It will report just the PCs in a very compact report. I can find out where that particular character is by clicking on his token. If I want to go to a different character, but I don't want the players to know that I'm going to that character, I can click on the actual name. And if I want to know about that character, I can open up their associated character sheet. And if I want to have more detail, I can go to the Report PCs Detail command, and that will give me a miniature character sheet for each one, as well as buttons to control their vision settings. And again, I can navigate to any particular character that I want. Let's zoom in a little bit to make that more obvious. If I want to go to Lars, that will take me to Lars. If I want to take all the players to Riza, I can click that and all the players will be dragged there. I can do the same for NPCs. I can go to NPCs Detail. This will be a much larger report because there are quite a few NPCs. A lot of them are linked to commoner tokens, or the commoner character sheet, but each token is individual. Let's see here. Let's look at some more options. I can call from the tracker. Now, all of these ones I'm clicking on here, these are shortcut commands. They're actually expanding up to full reporter macros internally that you can construct on your own. Full instructions are on the website. There's a link below, or out there on the Roll20 website in the forums, in the thread dedicated for this script, and that information is in the links below. This, instead of taking selected tokens or tokens off of the board, will automatically read from the turn order, the tracker. So you can see this gives me a list of all of the people who are currently in combat. If they have, for instance, let's go to Valeria. Valeria has a hexed condition and a bloodied condition marked by token markers. Those will be, if there are any on her sheet, they will be listed there. You can see that she is on the token layer. When you are using the tracker, some things may be on the token layer, some things may be on the GM layer. This will automatically display. We can see that Sadroth is on the GM layer. Each time you see this TK or GM, you can toggle. So that will bring Sadroth to the token layer. And we can just repeat the report with the little repeat button there. And you can see they're all on the token layers. If this goblin right here were to suddenly hide, I could put him onto the GM layer. And again, I can repeat and it will show you that he has moved to the GM layer. All right, let's see another one. Report tracker actions. Ah, yes. Report tracker actions is a bit more complicated. You will notice that each one of these tokens, these characters, has token actions that were created with the token action maker script, but the following command will work regardless of how the token actions were created. We can go to Report Tracker Actions, and that will again read off of the turn order tracker, but instead of listing the conditions below each character, it will list all of their token actions. So if I want Sadroth to use his hand crossbow, bam, he can use his hand crossbow. If that hidden goblin wants to jump out and use his scimitar, I can use his scimitar. So those are some built-in commands for the tracker, and you can create your own special use reporter macros using the information in that link below. So let's go to a different map. Let's go to my city map. Let me zoom out just a tad. Now on this one I have used, let's go ahead and close the turn order. This one I have a whole bunch of tokens here that all link to a character called Site, S-I-T-E, and they each have a keyword in their bar 3. For instance, this is the Temple of the Destroyer. It has a keyword in bar 3 max that it is a temple, and it has its location in the bar 2 max. And I have done that for all of the tokens on this board so that I can click on any token, and I have a built-in macro called Navigator. And you can see there is the syntax for Navigator. It looks for any token that has a bar 2 max or location of ward, and this is the highest level of the city. Each city has a ward. This is the ward of Temple Heights. There's another ward down here for Grand Markets, and it produces a list of all of the items or all of the places in the city that belong to that ward. So if I were to select any token and hit Navigator, I'm given a list of the wards of the city. Let's see what is in South Shore. First of all, I can click on South Shore and it will take me down to this area. If I am interested in finding out what is in South Shore, and all of these can be run by players or by the GM, I can click on the T for the token notes, and I have put another macro inside of the token for the ward that has a navigational macro for each of the wards of the city. And for instance, if I want to know about the locations in South Shore, I can click on locations and it will give me a list of the locations. These are sorted by types of locations. So down here at the bottom, the orange mug, you can see these are all taverns. If I want to know where the Broken Moon Tavern is, I can navigate there. If I want to know where the Salty Dog is, I can navigate there. And remember, if I click on the name, I just take the GM. And if I click on the actual icon, I take the GM and the players. If I want to know about, say, the Salty Dog Tavern, I can click on the token notes, and it will call up the information that I have placed in the token notes. This does require the API script Supernotes. A lot of the things that the script can do with its report have synergy with other scripts in the one-click, particularly token mod, and that will help you do things like set vision and light settings, chat set attribute, chat set ATTR, and that allows you to set values that are on character sheets. Supernotes, which allows you to call up notes from a token or its character sheet or images that are in its avatar or its token image. And Token Action Maker to some degree. Token Action Maker just creates token actions automatically. You can create those manually, but if you use Token Action Maker, this has a command that will place those token actions in the report for you. So yes, I can navigate all over the board with this. For instance, if I wanted to know about the bridges in South Shore, I can click that button and I get a list of the bridges that are that serve that area of town. And let's go to a different map here and I will show you how you can manage an entire village. So this is my own version of the village of Green Nest that came in, I think, the Lost Mine of Phandelver. I have repurposed it for my own campaign, calling it the Village of Hamilton, and I have made it gigantic so that I can use it at a a 5-foot scale. So for instance, with this one, now I've got some very particular macros for this. So you can see I have all of my Hamilton macros here. If I want to know about each character, let's find Millie O'Hare. Okay, there's no GM notes about her. However, she does have a list of keywords. She is female, she is human, she is a business owner, and her location is the general store. So I can go ahead and, with the Hamilton macros, let's do a compact one first just so I can make it small. These contain queries that pull from those keywords. So I have a list. I can find all of the people in the map who have a tag that says sister. They are a sister of a PC, or they are sisters to one another, and submit. And this finds all of the commoners. This one does not use the PCs because this is more for the GM to control the town. All of the commoners in town that have the tag sister. So if I click on Camilla, that will take me to Camilla, and you can see this is a large family. One of the characters has 5 sisters. I can find another family over here. Naran has a tag of sister. If I want to show one of these images to a PC, there's a built-in keyword here that will put their token image into the chat. For instance, with Naran, and I don't have to have her selected. All of these correspond to the line they're on. I can put the token for that character in there. You'll notice that right now it is still whispered. That is the default for this. Just in case I make a mistake, I want to make sure I've got the right data before I send it on to the players. And this is a Supernotes feature. I can just go ahead and click and send that to the players. And you can see it's got the gray background indicated that it is a message sent from the API. I can do this for any number of characters that the report has returned. Let's see. And then finally, I want to show how you can use a map key. Let's go ahead and go back up here and get our default reporter commands here. And you'll notice that this is a very simple map. It has 4 locations, A, B, C, and D. Now each of these, let me go into the GM layer for a moment. These are all on the GM layer, so you can see they're slightly transparent. If I double click on that and go to GM notes, well, first of all, going on details, you can see that all of these are representing a character called map key. Now you can set this up however you want. However, the built-in command uses a character called map key. So you'd need to create a character called map key. And on that token, there are GM notes that have a description of what is in there and a list of rules and description of the area that the GM might need. So let's go ahead and cancel that. Go back to the token layer, and let's go to let's see, details, report, map keys. Let's go with map keys sorted. You can either report them in the order they're created, or they can be sorted by name. And you can see that I have all of these areas that are reported. This is looking for tokens that are A, on the GM layer, and B, correspond to a character called map key. Only one character, map key, 4 different tokens. Each token has its own information. If let me zoom in a little bit here. If I wanted to take the characters to the entrance, I could click on A for entrance, and that will drag all the player views to that A. They can't see the A because it's on the GM layer, of course. If I just want to drag me to, say, the feeding area, that will drag me to the feeding area. And if I need to know information about what is, say, in area A, I can click on the little T button here. And these are all keywords that you can set up with the reporter command. And that will use Supernotes to pull the information from the GM token notes of A and put it into chat. You can see that it is whispered so that the GM are the only one who can see it. and you can very quickly, let's see, go to the underwater entrance and click token notes, and that will tell me about things that are in the underwater entrance. Let's see, let's go back to map keys sorted. Apparently I've got it set up right now to sort by the title. The actual tokens really don't have a name, so if you wanted this to sort alphabetically, you'd have to call it A entrance, B underwater entrance. Put the letter at the beginning of that, and they'll sort properly. But this will go ahead and give you all the information that is in that token. You can see that I have got a link for the pass wall spell, because that spell is given to you by a magic item there, and that's just a link to the compendium. I've got a style on here which styles my compendium to look more D&D-ish. And it's got a description up here of the area, and then all of the things that I need to know. So those are some of the things that Reporter can do. There are a lot more examples on the website, on the thread in the Roll20 forums, on the thread dedicated to this script, and a complete description of the syntax with a lot of examples and a link to the video you're watching right now.